Hello, Anon Emis, aka Black Bull, the bullshit animator here. A few things on my mind. Hopefully this is working. I really have no idea. It's the first time I use it. I guess this is a tester video, I guess. But there was a few things I wanted to get off my mind. So I'm looking at this. It looks like Fukushima is sinking. Couple of excerpts out of the InfoWars article. Looks like if Unit 4 collapses, the worst case scenario will be a meltdown and a resulting fire in the atmosphere. That will be the most unprecedented crisis that man has ever experienced. Nobody will be able to approach the plant, well, unquote, not that they're able to now, quote, as all will have melted down and caused a big fire, said Murata during the interview. Many scientists say if Unit 4 collapses, not only will Japan lie in ruin, but the entire world will also face serious damages, especially the northern hemisphere, where a lot of people are situated, such as myself, such as yours truly. So that's completely messed up. I mean, should be a complete outpouring from the global community in order to even get the technology in order to touch the third and fourth reactor that's blowing out radiation right now as we speak, because they don't even have the robots necessary in order to in order to fix the problem, in order to get these burning, well, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% on it, but that's essentially the gist of it. The entire northern hemisphere is getting quite a bit of radiation fallout. It's about 4 times the size of Chernobyl, which was only one radioactive plant, where this is 4. I think it was that the third one was more likely to collapse, but not as big a threat, even though it's a big threat. And then fourth is less likely, and then the fourth reactor is less likely to collapse, but it's more dangerous if it does. And now they're telling us that it's the fourth one. I'll be sure to put the article in the little underneath there. So there should be a complete global outpouring of support to try and, not wait for Texaco to wait for the government to pay for it. No one wants to pay for it. I mean, the idiot who actually put 4 nuclear plants on an earthquake fault line is not exactly a genius. They were only thinking about it for the money, of course. So I guess one thing that I'm doing is, well, I got thyroid. It's like thyroid function. This is Norwegian. This is Norwegian kelp. It has the iodine. It fills up your thyroid. I'm not a doctor, so don't, but that's Norwegian. It might be better to get it from New Zealand, somewhere from the southern hemisphere. They're getting about half the fallout as we're getting. So yeah, that's a start. I'm just doing that right now. I mean, literally, they're using us as a giant radiation experiment. I mean, it's like literally like they don't give a F about the kids getting heart attacks in the playground, about the butterflies mutating. I don't have those articles up by hand, but I think it was Daily Mail or something along those lines, Mail Online perhaps. Instead of worrying about Iran maybe having a nuclear weapon, I mean, they're trying their best to maybe get it going for electricity's sake. And if they have a nuclear weapon, Israel has over 100 nuclear weapons. I mean, and they've been doing it covertly. The IAEA has never stepped foot in Israel, and they're a complete bunch of hypocrites. As WND reported, Iran said, "Alright, Israel, we'll show us our nukes if you'll show us first. If you show us your nukes first." So, I mean, a bunch of hypocrites just looking at Iran, while Japan is up in flames with radioactive waste pouring up into the sky. Yeah, it's completely insane world we're living in today. I mean, the people in charge have not got their priorities straight. It's like this complete inversion. It's like they say they want peace, but they want war. It's like they say that in Fukushima that radiation is good for us, and that they keep raising the safe allotted radiation in your Cheerios and water, drinking water. It's like, hey, you know what? Actually, a little bit of radiation is good for you. I mean, what kind of idiots actually entertain this notion that radiation is good for us? I mean, the electricity in Japan, it's about 30%. 30% of just the electricity is powered by nuclear power. I mean, there's so many other different types of other types of power, renewable energy, etc., that we really don't need to be using. Plutonium, uranium enrichment in order to be getting our power. I mean, there's geothermal, there's this thorium, uranium, which is covered by the Corbett report. It's not the best it's not the best for commercial use. It needs to be definitely studied up a lot more, brought into the free market, maybe scaled down to be used for households or something like that, because right now it can't. The thorium, uranium, its byproducts doesn't create nuclear weapons like plutonium, uranium does. It doesn't create a lot of the sodium fluoride that are byproducts of plutonium enrichment, I think. I mean, the sodium fluoride is what's put in our water. It's the waste. It's the bad shit. If we could somehow tap this thorium, uranium, this clean nuclear energy, that'd be great. We could really help that out into the free market. I guess that's my spiel on Fukushima. I mean, there's another article here. It says that the disaster could have been avoided. Let's see here. Fukushima disaster could have been avoided. Nuclear plant operator admits. Oh yeah, that's right. It's because didn't they have prior knowledge to the safety concerns? I think I remember reading something along those lines. The utility that owns the Fukushima nuclear plant has admitted that it failed to take proper safety measures that could have prevented the meltdowns triggered by the tragic earthquake and tsunami that struck Japan in March 2011. Standing internal report available on its website. Tokyo Electric Power, TEPCO. Alright, confesses the problem was that preparations were not made in advance. Kind of reminds me of the Libya attacks. Like, they had prior knowledge of the Libyan embassy attacks, and they didn't act on that. They had prior knowledge of Osama bin Laden, anyway, having Al-Qaeda attacking the U.S. in 2001. I mean, I forget who said it, but nothing ever happens. Everything happens for a reason, nothing ever just happens, I should say. Everything's planned. It's just like, this reminds me a lot of the Gulf Coast hysteria. I mean, the head of BP sold a lot of his shares, just before, like a couple or a few months before, the BP oil, platform blew up. I mean, the theory on that is that they're trying to make it a complete oil theme park, essentially, oil tycoon theme park. But I guess that's for another video. Anyway, that's my Fukushima spiel. Talk to you later.